CDC and state and local government
experts at the White House.
In partnership with CDC and
But now, before you start accusing me of doing a black pill stream, which I would never do, I have some good news. I have some good news. The good news is that the flu is gone. Take a listen to one of these health experts at the White House.
in partnership with CDC and state and local governments, utilizing the surveillance systems that are available. What we just talked about, the flu surveillance system, because we no longer have flu. We no longer have flu. We no longer have flu because we no longer have flu.
Wait, what? We no longer have flu? Okay, and this says, go away, Ed. I need to read the headlines. Has COVID killed off the flu? Experts pose the intriguing question as influenza cases nosedive by 98% across the globe. The flu is gone. Flu is gone. The health expert, what's her name? Bricks, who's affiliated with Bill Gates too. She says we no longer have the flu. And here we have some statistics. 98% flu is gone. Huh. Why is it gone? Is it because maybe it was rebranded with a new name? Rebranded with some Hollywood special effects to accentuate or to exaggerate its deadliness in order to push what Klaus Schwab and his corporate partners want to do to control and enslave us? I wonder. And you know, I don't think I'm that smart. But when you can figure out the plan that they have, either I must come to the conclusion that I must be smart, or they're not as smart as they think they are. That their perfect plan can be picked off by a man living in his mom's house. You know, just surfing the news every day. It's not that complex. It's pretty easy. But then you look at everyone else. I went to the Walmart. And I went to the Walmart because they are my corporate overlord. I bow down to the Walmart to get food and stuff. And I was like, told myself, I'm going to go early so I don't have to face the mob. I was there at around 10:45. It was packed. And I was like, Thanksgiving. So Thanksgiving in the U.S. is on Thursday. So it was packed. I mean, elbow to elbow. It was like a zoo in there. It was a lot of people. Now, I wasn't feeling in a state where I wanted to resist the mask. So what I did, I had it on, but sometimes it falls down. So I'm not too quick to put it back up. So I would do some shopping without a mask, and then sometimes I just put it up. I didn't want to when I'm on enemy ground, I don't think it makes much of a point not to have it on. But when I go into the countryside, I usually do not have it on so I can see face to face of my co-patriots. Anyway, so I would say at this Walmart, I maybe saw 300 or 400 people. A lot of people. The number of people who didn't have a mask on their nose and mouth like I did at some points were zero. Not a single person. But 2 people had it under their nose. That's still low. 2 people. So the Washington, D.C. area is such a it's like a federal slave zone where you have all these people. It's like the airport where people are scared they're not going to get on their flight, so they have to do whatever the travel security tells them to do, and they're really nervous and stuff like that. So when you can mix up people and there's no one who identifies with each other, yeah, you get full compliance. And so what was the point I was getting at? I'm not sure. But anyway, so the point I was trying to make is that this propaganda, it works. It works. Most people are scared. Even people who know me, who get that who get a dose of red pills, like a very potent dose of red pills when they speak to me. Even they do it too. So I feel like, oh, so I was talking about how dumb people can be. To me, if you give me the truth, my ears open, my eyes open, I get attached to it. Yes, please tell me how this works. I just gravitate towards it. I've spent, like you have on YouTube, countless hours watching videos. Some led down to a rabbit hole and some led to some actual truth. But we have to come to terms that a lot of people don't care about the truth. They just don't care. They just want their comforts of the day. They want to minimize confrontation, any disturbance, any discomfort, anything that challenges their notion of self. They don't want to hear it. They just don't want to hear it. Many people choose fear over the truth because the fear validates their position that this life is all there is, which enables them to treat themselves as a god. When you don't believe in God, that means that you have something else as a God. It's either something external to you or something that is you. How many people do you know who treat themselves as a God? They rather live in fear, as long as they can treat themselves as a God that hopefully can live for a long time, than to believe in the one true God. Yes. So whenever you see someone resisting the truth, no, you're wrong. Your evidence, what? 98% of the flu is gone? No, that's a coincidence. It's because them believing in lies allows them to do something wrong, allows them to transgress the moral order in a way that may not be so obvious when you see them. But I can tell you that I have had experiences where someone on the surface, they look like an agnostic person. Yeah, God this, God that. But then when you get into a somewhat heated conversation about theology with them, where the curtain falls, they spit on God's face. They say some nasty things. They blaspheme. So it's really, why do they do that? Because they have replaced God with their own ego. So whenever you see these people, don't get angry at them. We have to pray for these people. If they're in fear, if they don't have the truth, they're far from God. The biggest problem for them is the state of their soul and where their soul goes. But it just seems to me there's so many of them. There's so many people who just don't care about their spiritual life, and it's sad. They're just it's like they have decided through their own free will to live like an animal from one moment to moment because it gives them a little bit of pride. And I can't say I'm shocked, because I did that for most of my adult life. But when you have